But yeah, let me get your opinions or your thoughts, JayRock. Of you was really concerned about the Game Pass structure.
I was. Yep.
You know what I mean? And yeah, was that one of your highlights, or did you have a bigger highlight than that?
Yeah, that was one of them. But for me, most importantly, it was the whole team reiterating how important hardware was to them,
Yeah.
especially with all these rumors of 2027.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
Right.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, let's not forget that, Dirt.
Yep.
We don't forget anything.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, that was an important little tidbit there for me. I'm really interested in seeing what she actually means by technological leap. Is it a handheld, hybrid, contraption? Who knows? I really want a handheld though.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
My like I think they'd be smart to do both because a lot of motherfuckers would double dip.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And to the handheld plus a high powered console, bro. Like they'd be mad smart to do something like that, bro.
The ecosystem already supports it too.
Yep.
Your games follow you wherever you go. Your achievements, your progress. You on the console, you leave out. You got your Xbox handheld. You pick up right where you left off, where you was on your console or your PC. They ecosystem fits it already. Even the cloud, you know. They'd be stupid not to. And I they're looking at the success of Steam. They're looking at the success of the Lenovo Go and the ROG Ally. They see people thirsty for an Xbox OS to fit those. They'd be stupid not to take advantage of it.
I think they hey Parris, what's good, man? Paris
up Paris?
Here.
Hey.
What's good, Parris?
Paris is like, everybody just need to calm down.
Hey, Paris, man, it's dark in here, man. Let it get dark in here, man. Come on and say what's up to us, man.
Yeah, get up in here, Paris. Let me hear your thoughts, man, if you can. I hope you're having fun at. Was Dice? Is it over with, or are they still out there?
Was it Dice Awards today?
Yeah, I know they was out there talking to some folks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Paris can let us know if he's still out there or not. Because I think it was at Las Vegas. Now, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, they would be stupid not to do both, man. Like they I think they partnered with MSI or like the other companies to like help them, make those handhelds successful. They was even shouting them out, man. Free PR, you know what I mean, to get people on board. I think they were seeing how that go. They saw that shit taking off. It's booming. People enjoying them. Not really no problems with it. I think they'd be crazy not to, bro. I 100% agree, man. Hey, I'm a DM you, Paris, really quick. On Twitter. But Dirt, man, what about you, man? What was your takeaways?
Well, I agree with JayRock and PostUp, but since you said don't say the same thing, I'm going to say when I believe her name is Tina, she asked him directly, is Starfield and Indiana Jones going to be two of the games? And he said no. Not just that. Then he said, I don't want people to think because these 4 games are going to other platforms that all games are going to other platforms. He said no, because they're not. That's what he said. And listen, man, we said this doesn't mean there's not some other games going to go to other platforms in the future, but my focus is right now. And after all of these rumors that we heard the last couple of weeks, my focus is right now, right? We're not gonna worry about the future. So to hear those things, because we heard what? Gears, Starfield, Indiana Jones, we heard Hellblade, we heard Force, I've heard all that stuff. And to see
Gears Collection,
Gears Collection, Master Chief Collection, we heard everything. We heard the whole slate. So when Phil said no, and then like some people said, well, they were gonna go. Listen, if they changed it, they changed it, bro. Like like I said earlier, guys, all we know is what they said today. That's all we can roll with. It came from the horse's mouth. the three big people at Xbox. It came from their mouths. We should roll with what they saying. Don't talk about well, if, but. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, and I didn't hear any sort of like kumbayaness in there. It felt very competitive. You know what I mean? Like it felt like, no, we about to put foot on necks. Like we out here to
as
win.
they should. As
They
they
said that
should.
we're going to be the biggest. Like I don't know how they put it. They say the biggest publisher or the biggest.
They are.
Yeah, they are, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
Yes,
said,
they are.
and that's a great
Different
point, Viking.
platforms.
They didn't have any. Let's hold hands and be gamers together. They kind of had a more aggressive. Yo, man, we're about to be the biggest publisher out there. I
just
And,
think Matt Booty on that type of time.
he
He just breathes competition. Like,
Yeah,
come
man.
on.
And
Right.
you gotta be like that. But don't forget what Phil Spencer said. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what he said verbatim, but he said something to the effect of our strategy of exclusivity isn't changing, something like
Mhm.
that. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My whole feeling over the whole podcast was Xbox isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
I think Grounded and Sea of Thieves will be huge on PlayStation and Switch.
It'll be all right, man.
Yeah, I think it'll be huge, especially on the Switch with games like Grounded. And the numbers, you will want those type of numbers if you're trying to get those IPs to at least compete with the Roblox and the Minecraft on some type of level.
mhm.
And I think they can do that with how they're built and what they offer. So I ain't got no problem with that.
Paris up in here, man.
What's up, Parris?
What up?
Hey, yeah, you can hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Yep.
get you.
Right on. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm on audio only, but I'm in the hotel. I'm on my AirPods. But
Oh, it's all good, brother.
I told you, Black Viking, I be peeping on stealth. I be watching Incognito.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
But no, but for real, we definitely got to link up and do like an official show here, probably in a couple of weeks or something when the schedule frees up. But yeah, man, I just want to pop in here super quick, because I'm actually going to be on stage at the Dice Awards.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
man, congrats,
Congratulations.
man. That's
Congratulations,
huge.
bro.
Yeah, they let my dumb ass present an award. So, hopefully
Oh,
but with this Xbox thing, the way I look at it, man, this turned out to be nothing. This is a nothing burger. I
Yep,
mean,
a nothing.
really,
Yeah.
they just re-emphasized what they've been telling us for 4 years.
A case by case basis.
This is not new. What happened? I mean, look, according to rumors, allegedly they was about to put every goddamn thing out there. This is why everybody was freaking out. This is why it was like, oh my God, the world's about to end. They're gonna put all these games, on Xbox. And the thing that I kept talking about over the past week was, number one, I was saying wait till they tell you. But I was like, okay, let's pretend that they do put everything on there. Why am I gonna go get an Xbox? If everything is on the PlayStation, I have no incentive to go get an Xbox. But they explained to us today that's not the case. They're going to test it out. Do I think it'll stop at these 4 games? No. But do I think Gears of War is about to Gears 6 is going to be day and date on the PlayStation? No. I think they're going to do what makes smart business sense. Putting things on other platforms. They've already told us they want to get their games in front of as many people as they possibly can. But they obviously still want to sell hardware. They will still want to push innovation on the hardware side. You have to have some form of exclusivity with your major core games, or no one's going to go buy your hardware. So clearly, this is what they're doing. Obviously, part of the incentive is going to be Game Pass. They just let you know Activision Blizzard stuff is going to be on Game Pass because, again, listen to the goddamn rumors. You thought, oh, they're about to have 5 different tiers of Game Pass. They're putting ads on them. No more day and date. Like,
the tiers of Game Pass.
And let me tell all y'all right now, being at DICE, talking to so many people in the industry, like, look, some people you'd be very surprised who had an opinion on this. They were laughing at this shit all week. They're like, this ain't gonna be a big deal. There's no way they're going complete third party. This is what someone prominent told me. There's like the only way Xbox goes complete third party and still sells hardware is if PlayStation goes complete third party and still sells hardware. If not, you cannot give up all your games to the competition and think people are still going to buy your hardware. That's not how it works. Because like somebody was trying to go, was like Apple and Android. I go, the difference with Apple and Android is all them damn apps are available on both. Right. So of course now you're picking whatever your favorite hardware is. Yeah. So again, this was nothing. This was honestly nothing.
I
I personally think, and people get mad at me all they want, people need to stop with this insider shit. You don't know nothing.
I agree.
Let me tell you from this standpoint. I have people whisper stuff to me all the time. All the time. Do you see me on Twitter or on XCast or wherever going
saying anything about
hey,
it? Yeah.
Hey man, I heard Starfield might be going to the PlayStation 6.
You don't need the clout, Parris.
But it isn't even about clout. It's about what you just saw the past 2 weeks. It's about creating hysteria. Look, think about this. They created so much hysteria in the community over the past 2 weeks that the CEO, the president, and the head of Xbox Game Studios had to hop on a damn 20-minute podcast to explain something that should have been in a blog post.
Yeah,
think about that.
100%.
That's how I see it.
I would say this, Parris. This is the first time the Xbox insiders have looked like the PlayStation insiders, because they always get stuff wrong.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, man. And because like I had said it on that first XCast of the year, when initially they were talking about Hi-Fi Rush and not Starfield, but Sea of Thieves. And I was like, you know what, this isn't going to be a bad thing. Hey, if they can make more money, a smaller game like Hi-Fi Rush, you're not buying an Xbox to get Hi-Fi Rush. True. Right? Yep. Sea of Thieves is a live service game. You want to get as many people to check that kind of game out. This ain't going to be a big deal. I was getting cooked. People and I'm like, damn, I'm just telling you, like, how is it? What I kept saying was, it's not going to hurt you as an Xbox player. You're still getting exclusive games. You're still getting all your services. None of that's changing. And then when this shit just happened, all of a sudden, like, because I said it then, I go, I ain't paying attention to this until I start seeing the media talk about it, and they talking about Starfield and Gears and all this stuff. And then I was like, oh shit, hold up. I do need to pay attention to this. What's going on? And then ultimately what happened? You had that initial panic. I'm hearing Gears is being considered. I'm hearing Halo is being considered. Keyword considered. Because I promise you, in those meetings, you goddamn right they brought them up.
Right, everything comes up.
We was just talking about this on Tuesday. Everything comes to the table whenever they talking about this kind of stuff.
But 100%. my thing has been when it comes to look, in a perfect world, there's just one hardware, games are everywhere, who cares? But we know that's not the reality of the world, right? So my thing was, and I'd said, I was on like with Skill Up and all them saying this too, if Gears, Forza, Fable, Halo, especially Halo, if those games go on a PlayStation platform, you're losing your identity of what it is to be Xbox at that 100%. Point. At that point, stop making hardware. Stop making hardware and just rename yourself to Sega, because that's what you are. Absolutely. But that's not what they're doing. No, that's not what they're doing. I mean, again, I do not want to say this person's name because I'm not trying to be a fucking headline, but someone that we all know who makes some amazing games in this whole industry laughed all of this off. They go, this is ridiculous, completely ridiculous. People are overreacting. I go, by a week from now, no one's even going to be talking about this. Wow. Trust me, the conversations that have been happening here in Vegas have been hilarious. And get some drinks in someone, they really start telling you the truth.
That's a fact, man.
That's some great.
Now, Parris, let me ask you something. Parris, what do you think about the announcement of the future hardware? Because Sarah looked excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. That's what you want to hear, right? I mean, if they're going to go on stage and tell you, I forget the exact phrase, but she said, like, we're trying to push the next technical leap.
Yeah, the biggest technological leap.
Yeah. Something
hardware
like that.
from many generations.
Matter of fact, I got to meet Yoshida today, and that was real cool. Just side note, he goes, "Hi, I'm Yoshida." I looked at him, I was like, "I know who you are." That's dope. But the reason I say that is I saw him and I saw Mark Cerny, and then I was telling Danny, because we're all at lunch, and I was telling Danny after Sarah Bond said what she said, you cannot tell me somebody at Sony HQ did not message Mark Cerny and go, "Mark, you see what they're saying? What are we doing with that PlayStation 6? That's the point of all of this. If Xbox is doing it, guess what? PlayStation is like, we got to match it.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's good for the industry.
Yep.
We know the rumors came out about PlayStation 6. They were saying they don't care about going late because they're really trying to push under the hardware this time. At least that's a rumor. We don't know it. We don't know if it's true. At least that's rumor. But I think both of them is going to really try to push the hardware this time.
Yeah, and we're the ones that benefit from that.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Hey,
I do think the Xbox community, the passion they showed, in terms of, they always say we're a community that we accept anything. Even though it was regarding rumors, people got upset and showed their passion for the community. We also got to see the PlayStation community real side and how bad they want Xbox games that they call trash all the time.
Of course they do. That's why I laugh at all this stuff. People act like they don't want these games. There's so many people going, man, I really want to play Hi-Fi Rush, but I can't admit that in public. So I'm like,
exactly.
Some of them probably got 300 hours in Starfield.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Parris,
I'm playing the main mission.
Hey, before you go, Parris, there was a question from L. Paul in the chat. He said, ask Parris thoughts about Sony's future after the information that recently came out about PlayStation. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, look, y'all can clip this one because I've been saying this shit for years. They're going day and date on PC. I've been saying, you know what? I went and dumpster dived my own tweets. I started saying this in 2019. I go, eventually they're going to put games on PC. It's going to be a slow rollout, and they're going to go day and date on PC. That's exactly what's going to happen, and it makes sense. Like I got that video I put out in early 2020, late 2019, where I'm holding up Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted and God of War. I'm like, why do y'all care if I play this on PC? It ain't hurting y'all. And everybody was freaking out, and now we're in a world where it's commonplace to see these games on PC, and no one blinks an eye. But here's what I also say: if Xbox is thinking about putting games multi-platform, like, hey, we might put some select games on a competitor's platform, you can't tell me they're not having those same conversations. You can't tell me they're not.
CFO said it. They don't want to believe it, but he said it.
It's about money. They are trying to make money, and Phil said it himself just today. 2023, for all the great games that we saw, there was no growth. There's no growth. People get laid off. They consolidate. The purses tighten up. You know what I mean? So they're trying to figure out a way. How can we continue to grow? Because at the end of the day, these are trillion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar companies, and there's the bottom line of making money. Period.
Yep.
Look. I say this: Satya Nadella, he just looked like he's ruthless to me, and that's not a bad thing. He just looked like, I'm trying to make money.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that's not happening on the other side with Sony HQ. They're trying to make money. They do not. That's the other conversation I've been having all week. Nobody cares about the console war. None of them. Every dev that I talk to is like, we just want our games in as many places as we can. We try. Look, number one, they're trying to make money, but also we want as many people as we possibly can to experience our games. That's what they care about.
It's understandable too. Makes sense.
And that's an industry push. They want, and Phil talked about that today, about the industry growth. Because if the industry's slow, that means PlayStation and Xbox growth slows as well. And that affects, and it's a trickle down effects. Then everybody start getting affected. So you want to grow, and you want the industry to keep growing. And Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox are the three pillars of the industry. They're gonna have to figure out a way to keep the industry growing, and PC as well. But they're gonna have to figure out a way to keep the industry growing. Because if the industry growing, that means they're growing, and you hire more people.
Absolutely.
Stop fighting people.
And to piggyback off of Parris's point about devs wanting their games everywhere, right? You even had Naughty Dog devs saying the same thing, that they wanted their games on PC.
It don't even make sense, man. Especially after the Insomniac leaks, you saw how much the royalties, the budgets on these games, like
budgets are ridiculous.
It's hard to sustain on one platform doing that, man. You gotta spread out.
These games cost a lot of money. It's a combination of they cost a ton, and it takes an extra long time to bring out these AAA games now. So it's like when one of them does come out, if it's not a hit, layoffs, studio closures, all this stuff. Like, I give this example. I call myself the Grim Reaper of gaming, because every game that my name has been in the credits about some kind of where they'll bring you in. I look at the game early, I get my opinion, and I want to be in the credits. Every last one of them damn games wind up being a failure. I'm like, y'all need to stop bringing me in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
man.
to stop. Hey, you need to turn down them invites, Parris.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like the last one was Immortals of Avian, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
we were part of that like a year out before it launched. And we're playing it early, rough stage, giving our opinions on it. And I was like brutally honest the entire time. I'm like, no, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't like the messaging on this. I just kept saying it. And it's like they listen, they'll tweak a few things, but ultimately they're gonna do what they gotta do. Like Anthem. I was a part of Anthem. And I'll tell y'all right now, because I was hardcore in Destiny back then. And it wasn't just me, it was multiple of us. We were at BioWare. They had us in this like group study. We all stood up and was like, do not release this game in its current state. It will fail.
That game had so much potential, man. So much potential.
They made a few tweaks, but we're like, man, no, y'all need at least another year in the oven to really get this game where it needs to be, because the direct competitor was Destiny at the time, right? And it was like, I can do all this in Destiny. I can't do even a fraction of this in Anthem. People are going to reject it. And that's exactly what happened, Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just look at Suicide Squad right now. I think people got mad at me for saying this. I had people in the media get mad at me for saying this. I had said because I just looked at it logically. I go, WB did what they thought they needed to do by not giving out early review codes for the health of the game. It already had a bad reputation. It was not being looked favorably, in the public eye. So if you put out early reviews and they're all low, now you're not going to have early sales. I just said that for the health of the game, because the truth is, if Suicide Squad tanks, and I hate to say it, it kind of looks like it might, there might not be a Rocksteady anymore.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That alpha was horrible. That alpha, that alpha was horrible. I'm sorry. It was, to me, it was horrible.
Parris, a game I absolutely loved was the Callisto Protocol, and to see that game failed and pretty much the studio was pretty much done now, that's something that really bothers me, man, because I wanted that game to be a franchise, you know what I'm saying, and I really enjoyed it. So everything you're saying is absolutely true, and it's terrible, man. I like when these games don't do well. I know every game is not going to be a hit, but because these budgets are so massive, because I believe that game budget was $162 million.
Right.
And it flopped. And the studio pretty much is done, and no sequels, and like the more games for me, the better. So less games, less studios making games.
Even Forspoken.
Forspoken,
yeah.
I don't even know. Is that going to even get released on Xbox?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Well, the studio's gone, right?
Yeah.
Or they merged back with Square Enix or something, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah. They spread out on other projects.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But just because I got to take off, I got to start getting ready. But I'll just say just real quick before I go, I appreciate you having me on. Like I said, we got to do this properly here soon. I'll say this. I stealth and Dirt knows this. I stealth watch a lot. I probably watch more than y'all think.
Maybe lurking.
And because I want to know what we think. You know what I'm saying? When I say we, I'm talking, brown folks. I want to know what we think in the gaming community, because, and we had long talks about this as well at DICE. We had what was called the Black Breakfast the other day. Black breakfast. Every Black person except Khalif ass was at this breakfast. He was in a Spaces. I was like, what the hell are you doing in a Spaces? And you had DICE. It was like, get down there. But the point is, we were all having this conversation because there's just not enough representation of us, and they think all we like is Madden and NBA and Call of Duty. They don't.
That's very. You can see that within video game character creation, because they only give me 3 fucking haircuts to choose from.
Yes. But I think it's very important that more of our voices get heard, and that they understand. Like, we bring our culture into this as well, because I think that also is lacking at a lot of these development studios. And this is why Sarah Bond protect that woman at all costs.
Absolutely. And Parris, that's why I was excited to see Blade with the barbershop, the hip hop music.
Yeah, exactly.
Xbox need more of that ingrained in their culture in terms of Xbox, even from a marketing.
That man said, "Turn that shit up."
Yeah, no doubt.
But
But
Parris,
I-
man, I
yeah.
appreciate you being. Oh, you can finish. So I'm sorry.
No. You,
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, just wrapping it up. I just appreciate y'all having me on, man, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. I think what you're doing with this podcast, I think it's a voice that we need in our culture. We need it in our industry. Y'all have fun, you keep it real, but when y'all need to be serious, y'all serious, and you can talk about these topics, you know, with a perspective that I think we don't see a lot. And I just want to see y'all keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate
Man,
it, man. Hey, it's Black History Month. This is the blackest panel of all gaming history.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right, y'all
I
have a
love
good
it,
night.
baby. All right,
Thanks,
have a
Parris.
good one, man.
Parris.
Appreciate it. That was fun,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Parris, stop by,
That was
man.
cool, man.
Yes, sir.